he can pick up some valuable minutes and game time with Derby County in League One, and see where he flourishes from there. Also, we have seen that Spence has departed. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think it was really of a shock move. We all kind of know that he's not Conte signing. Conte is very reluctant to play him. I still don't really know how or why that is the case, but here we go. It's probably the best move for Spence and for Conte. It means that Conte doesn't have to think about him on the bench, and it also means he gets valuable playing minutes because he isn't going to get it at Spurs. He's got a loan to the end of the season with no obligation to buy, which is quite good considering I think he is definitely one for the future. He's definitely a talent. He's just not in Conte's plans. He is going to go join, I think it's Joe Rodon at Reigns. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. I think they are struggling at the minute. So hopefully Spence can go there and obviously slot straight into the team. Alan is here. Hello, Alan. Welcome. Thank you for fizzing in your question. Hi, Hollie. Is the transfer window a plus or a minus for you? I think it's a plus in the sense that we've done some loan deals, as in sent players out, which was the likes of obviously Spence. We'll probably get onto the others as well. Harvey White will be a good a loan out. In terms of the ins, we'll get into them. To be honest, it's quite underwhelming to say the least. I kind of wanted a few more players to come in. I know lots of people wanted a centre back, and lots of people's arguments are, well, it's too hard to get a centre back in the January transfer window. I mean, okay, but we've needed a centre back for a bloody long time, and I just kind of hope they would have done a bit of I don't know what's the word, preparation for January, see what they could do. So yeah, it's a bit underwhelming, but I don't know what else you can do. There's not a lot we can say in order for it to change. But yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's a plus, and I wouldn't say it's a minus. I'd just say it was a bit underwhelming. So yeah, Spence has gone out. It also gives us obviously a little bit of money. I know I say, oh, we've got so much money, we never spend it. Okay, it's a plus to get some money in, I suppose, off a loan deal, especially if your player's just not going to play anyway in terms of Spence with Conte. So yeah, it's just nice. It's not an obligation to buy kind of contracts. There's no kind of buying deal within that one for Spence. Also, Brian Hill has gone out again, which many people are torn on. I think he needed to necessarily go out on loan. I mean, he's done brilliantly in the cameos he's played for Spurs. Lots of people are saying that he wished that he'd stayed in England to do this kind of loan deal. There's lots of talk that he has been feeling very homesick. So my only reasoning for being okay with this loan out to Seville is the fact that it's his own country. If he's missing home, it's probably the best for his mental development, in turn his footballing development. But I think if I was looking at it purely on a footballing kind of investment, I probably would have said to stay in England, because as we all know, he is quite easy to push off the ball, and playing in a lower league in an English side probably would have toughened him up a little bit. But sometimes you need to find that right balance between professional what's the term? Professional development in terms of playing football, and also how you develop as a person. I think maybe for him, he just needed a bit more nurturing from home. Again, the only good thing with this is the fact, again, there's no option to buy at the end of it, which is great, which means he'll come back. So yeah, if he's feeling homesick and he hasn't really featured much in Conte's plan, it's probably best to just ship him home for a little bit. Just to get his confidence maybe back, or just to get some real playing time. Because as we saw in the announcement video for Seville, they all love him. So it's probably best in the long run for us and him. Also, the big one that everybody's talking about at the moment is Doherty. The fact out of nowhere, he's gone. He's gone. That's it. No more. He has gone to Atletico Madrid. Lots of people are shocked. I am myself. And then until I learned, actually, wait a minute, we've got so many players out on loan. I don't think we can actually put Doherty out on loan. So that's why we terminated his contract. Yes, it was very last minute. Again, I don't know whether that was always in the plan. I feel like it was very last minute. But again, Emerson Royale has evaded getting shipped off elsewhere because Doherty has gone instead. Lots of people are obviously pouring out saying it's not right for his contract to be terminated, but let's be real, he's going to Atletico Madrid. I don't think he's going to be too unhappy about it, so to speak. It's just weird. I think the fact that it came out of the blue is why everybody's a bit like, huh? What's going on here? Mark Agamar says, hi, Holes, perhaps now Conte's recovering from his op. Thank God he's got the stomach for it now. I like that you've made light heart of the topic, Dad. There, I rate it. But yes, Conte has undergone a operation today, so I wish him a speedy recovery. It does mean that he will obviously miss out for City. I'm no doctor. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I imagine it's not just going to be the City game he's going to be out for. So it'd be interesting to see whether Stellini sticks with his game plan of what he wants Conte to do, or whether he mixes it up. I would imagine he's going to probably stick to what Conte wants. Hello, Ross. Matt Dock was a surprise. There wasn't any word about it, but it's okay. He wasn't playing a whole lot. No, he wasn't. And I think that's why people are just taken back a little bit, because it was like, it's literally out of nowhere. It literally was the last minute thing. But yeah, am I sad to see him go? Probably not. He hasn't really made a massive impact for me. I think it was just the nature of it. All of a sudden, he's gone. But it's just the fact that Emerson Royale is still here, and he's evaded lots of other players as well. Hello, Darren. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Like I say, Hollie's Hot Takes doesn't happen very often, but this week you've got 2 of them. So enjoy that. But yes, so they're kind of the outs. And like I say, there's not a lot of ins, but let's start with the ins. Obviously, we announced Dan Juma a couple of weeks ago. No, it's more like a week ago. He has now been given the number 16 shirt, and obviously he did have a cameo appearance against Preston where he did manage to get his debut goal. So if he carries on the way he started, lovely jubbly. But no, I think getting Dan Juma in, again, it kind of came out of nowhere. I can kind of see the reasoning now to why we've got him, in the sense that obviously Lucas Moura looks like he's probably leaving in the summer. It'd be quite good to embed someone now. Also, the fact that we are kind of lacking in creativity still. So it's just another option to play, especially if the likes of Richarlison continues to get injured. It'd be quite nice just to throw Dan Juma in there. We know we've got somebody else that can hopefully do the business. But yeah, I don't really know what else we can kind of discuss about Dan Juma, because like I say, we've seen him score a goal already, yes, against Preston, but it shows that he can do it, especially on his debut. So hopefully he does become another signing, because I just think it's another, when you look at our team sheet, apart from the starting 11, which are your normal candidates, we don't really have an impact sub. Lucas Moura used to be the geezer that would do that. But with Richarlison out, obviously, and his fitness being here, there and everywhere, at least we've got another weapon to kind of put on. Hello, David. Hi from Leicester. Levy couldn't run a raffle. Says the player on loan worth 20,000. I realised we exceeded the 8 loan player rife and having to cancel Doherty's contracts. Yeah, this is why I think it was all a bit last minute. I'm not going to lie to you. We weren't being very proactive. The Dutch Mamba. Dan Jimmy is what I'm going to call him. Beyonce played twice at Tottenham Ground in May. That's more than Des Spence did. Lol, agreed. And we probably won't even see that money be filtered back into the club. I think it's mad. They knew this was happening as well. But here we go. We have more loans than that, West. I mean, I get it to a sense. In terms of, like, obviously Harvey White, the players we've loaned out, Harvey White, Spence, and Hill. Probably apart from Hill, he's probably the one I'm thinking. Those two, they're probably best going elsewhere to get their game time, because let's be real, Spence ain't getting a look in this side by Conte's here. He doesn't like him. He clearly doesn't think he's the one. Harvey White, I think he's played well here, there. When he has, I think he's had 1 cameo with us, but obviously for his youth level, he's doing quite well. So I think a loan deal is probably perfect. Brian Hill, we've kind of touched on in a sense. I think everybody wanted him to stay here, but he's homesick, so it kind of levels it out. I think in terms of the loans we've done to ship people out, I'm not too fussed about it. In terms of, obviously we'll get onto it, the other deal, it's a bit like try before you buy, which we are very, very tendent to doing at the moment. Hey, hello, Haz. Thank you. I think Beyonce can play centre back. Let's hope so. She's playing 2 fixtures. We've got through more players than Katie Price. Oh my days. A 2 out of 10 window for me. Let me know everybody else's scores. That's quite a cool thing, Haz. I like that. Let me know everybody's scores out of 10, how you rate this window. You're forgetting Lo Celso, Ndombele, Winks and Road. Oh yeah, that's why we've terminated Doherty's contract. To think that we still got Ndombele on the books. Wowee. That's a thing not to mention. And obviously the last in, which I aged by about 90 years because it took forever for it to happen, was obviously Pedro Porro. He is going to be wearing number 23, the best shirt on the planet. So that is very exciting. I'm going to have to wait till we buy him in the summer to get his number on my shirt. His name on my shirt with the number. But potentially signs till 2028. It's taken forever, as we all kind of know. It's driving me a bit scare crazy. I mean, I was looking at my phone thinking, right, it's going to be announced at 6. It's going to be announced at 8. I think even Fabrizio said it was going to get announced at 8:30. No, still waiting. By 10:30, still waiting. About 11ish, I think it finally got announced. And like all things Spurs do, didn't really excite me at all. But I'm glad he has signed. He has to start against City. I don't want to see Emerson Royale. I'm just excited that he'll be able to cross the ball, set things up. And we've just got another exciting outlet obviously on that right wing. We've got Decky already, but it'd be nice for somebody else to do something and maybe Decky can drift in a little bit. But yes, I'm very excited by that signing. In terms of what we've missed, what we could have, should have done, obviously we're not talking about silly money like Chelsea have done. I think it was 107 million for Enzo, whatever his name is, which is just madness in itself. So we haven't done a Chelsea. Would I have liked us to spend maybe a little bit more money? Yes, but my only thoughts is, what's the point of throwing cash at someone or something that actually isn't that good enough? Don't get me wrong, I wanted more people coming in. I definitely wanted a centre back, but that clearly isn't going to happen. If in the summer we bring in someone like Bastoni, I'm not saying all is forgotten, but I can understand why we didn't get anybody in January. But you're sat here thinking, with obviously Arsenal adding to their ranks where they're already at the top, the likes of obviously Chelsea, like we say, they're adding to their ranks. I think Liverpool only signed Gakpo. So again, teams around us are adding to their ranks. We've managed to secure probably one position, which is obviously that right back. And there's lots of gaps within our squad that we haven't still filled. So yes, and obviously with Champions League coming up, the fixtures are going to be coming in hot and fast again. So let's just pray and hope we don't have injuries, because I can't be asked with that. So I wouldn't say it's an amazing window. I just say at least we fixed one position, but then you're really thinking to yourself, wow, we're Tottenham and we've only secured one position. So yeah, with Has, it's probably a very low score, to say the least. Any more rumours about Kane? Seen so much on social media about him off to Man United. I think it was a couple of weeks ago they were saying that Kane is committed to Tottenham. He wants to win. I don't know if it was he wants to win trophy. I'm probably going to quote this wrong, but he's committed to the cause. Again, I don't know. I don't know what that means, to be honest. I think we can only just wait and see what kind of happens in the rest of the season in terms of where we win a trophy, whether Conte is gonna stay with us, because again we still haven't reached that conclusion whether Conte is going to sign a new deal. I don't know whether that's because maybe he knew this op was coming up. I'm not sure, which I do wish him a speedy recovery for, but I think we'll just have to wait and see, like we always have to do as Spurs. Why can't they just Decky permanently, then sell Doherty on loan, and if he played well, get some money for him? That's a very good point. I actually don't know. Because you can't say it's in the budget now. Beyonce tickets are going to be flying off the shelf. It's a good point, Darren. Because again, that would have freed up Doherty. We could have put him out on loan or sold him off and at least got some money. We've terminated his contract, so we're going to get no fees from it. Again, that's why I think it was all last minute. A lot of twiddling their thumbs, and then they were like, "Oh shit, Pedro Porro might not go through. Shit, we need to do something." So yeah, honestly, it's just hish hashed. Yes, Holly. Hey, Ray. Best wishes to Antonio Conte. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Well, Conte will as well. But yes, I feel like he's going to be out for City and a few games after that. But yeah, the January transfer window, I think we could have done a lot better. Obviously, I don't know when Navas has gone to Nottingham Forest as well. Thinking about the howlers that Hugo Lloris has done in recent weeks, and the fact that this is probably his last season at Spurs, you probably would have thought we maybe would have thrown something at that, maybe to divert Navas. I don't know. It's just probably another lost cause that we haven't decided to go for. But yes, I feel like if the summer is as deflating as that January transfer window, I don't even know where to go anymore. Because it felt like for 31 days there wasn't a lot happening, and then with the last week or so, it was all guns blazing, and we've only managed to bring in 2 players. So yeah, I think underwhelming is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, but at least it's mean that I've been able to do Hollie's hot takes just been with me, which is very strange because it's very weird talking to myself. But I appreciate everybody that is in here. This video is just going to be a little short one just to wrap up, obviously, the January transfer window. I understand Chelsea want to buy Conte's call on an 8-year deal. Is that going to suffice, obviously, the Enzo deal? Is it going to be between the regions of 110 million? Yeah, is that right? 110 million rather than 107. But yeah, all jokes aside, I think we all wish, well, we do all wish Conte a speedy recovery, and hopefully when we play City at the weekend, we do that in loud voice. But it's going to be interesting, like I say, to see whether Stellini sticks to Conte's game plan. I would imagine so. It'd be interesting to see whether Pedro Porro starts, which I think we all want. We all want to see that happen. Yes, Emerson's had a few good cameos the last couple of games, but get Pedro in straight away. That's what we've bought him for. But yes, like I say, this is only going to be a short video just to go over, obviously, and wrap up everything in the January transfer window. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in now live, or is going to go back and rewatch this later, because 8 o'clock is, 8:15 is quite a late time for Hollie Hotspurs / Hot Takes video to start. So I appreciate it. Like I say, Hollie's Hotspurs will be resuming next Monday. We'll be back to normal order. Starting at 7 p.m. I'll be joined by new guests, some old faces, some new faces. So make sure you tune in for that one. If you ever want to be on Hollie's Hotspurs live, I do run a scheme where you can become a channel member. And if you like, probably find me on Twitter, send me a DM once you've done it. I will try and fix you onto the show. But like I say, the support, like always, is really what's the word? Appreciated. And these videos just are done so I don't go a bit insane when talking about transfers. So yes, make sure you all tune in next Monday for Hollie's Hotspurs Live. There will be an instant match reaction after the City game, but like I say, we always dissect it on a Monday, so make sure you're here for that. Thank you, Darren. Thank you to everybody else that is in the chat. And like I always say, whether we mean, well, we do mean it, whether we like the result sometimes when it happens, come on, you Spurs.